we were just commenting about the age of like you're being young, your mind not developing until you're 25. It's called something. He actually, the same guy, Sam Brown. He wrote this. It's called like emotional based trauma.
Right.
And this is like what half of these guys that are in jail, they did this when their minds were like
Absolutely.
like not even developed. They had they were just emotionally traumatized, and traumatized people traumatize people.
Hurt people.
People, yeah.
So like, dude, I'm not saying I have the solution to help the youth, but I'm pretty sure I've identified the problem, right? And it's a system. It's a broken system. I wish that we can get through to these youth, and I wish I could show them what their end game looks like if they continue down the path of gangs. Because I've sat down in offices with lots of old gangsters, man, and they regret it at the age of 50, 60, 70. They all say the same thing.
Yeah.
I saw it too late. I got the picture too late. One youngster, he was around early 30s. I said, dude, you got that shit quick, man. The light bulb went off quick, because he did get that shit quick. I said, you're lucky. But it's all how soon they get see the big picture, dude.
That's good. Well, man, you at 17, you joined the military.
I was young and dumb, dude.
Yeah.
That's why the military capitalizes on young, naive, dumb men.
Do you feel like the military goes after like kids that really don't have no other way out, kind of like trapped, isolated? This is their way out?
Absolutely. So do gang leaders, though. So do gang organizations.
Same model.
Same model.
That's good. So you 17, you getting in, what year was that?
Oh shit,
2000.
Well, I graduated high school in 2002, and I joined the Army in 2002.
Okay. So you're in the military. Isn't a war going on at that time, right?
The war was raging in Afghanistan, and we were about to invade Iraq in 2003, March of 2003.
Damn, so is it safe to say you're a combat veteran?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so take me back. We was talking a little bit earlier, and this is a question I had already had for you. You were talking about September 10th, 2004.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, tell me about this gentleman by the name of Edgar Dion.
Edgar Daclon?
Daclon, okay.
He was from Torrance, California. Dude, he was our medic. I was an infantryman, a grunt. So if anybody watches the movies, you know when they always yell, medic, medic. He's the ones that are supposed to come and patch you up and help you. It was September 10, 2004, which is my mom's birthday. We were in Balad, Iraq. It was morning time, dude. And I get woken up in the morning by my sergeant, Sergeant Dean. Hey, get up, get your shit on. We just got incoming. We just got mortared. We're QRF, we're quick reaction force. We're gonna go out and find this shit. And I wake up and I'm groggy. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. I didn't hear the bombs go off. You know, because normally you would hear the bombs go off or feel them. The morning was weird, man. It was like probably 7 a.m. I don't know, 6, 7, 8 a.m. We're driving to the point of origin because we have satellites that track the trajectory of the round. So it'll give you the location of where the rounds came from, the mortars came from. So it was just a matter of time before the insurgents, the Iraqis, set us up. It was just a matter of time before they set us up. Because we use the same playbook every time. We'd go out to the location that they mortared us from. So one of the last vehicles, we always rolled in 4 vehicles. It was a Humvee, a 113, which is an armored personnel carrier from Vietnam, and then 2 other Humvees. The last Humvee broke down, which nobody realized. So they call on the radio. The lieutenant made the decision. Farrell, my last name's Farrell. My full name is Hector Bravo Farrell. Farrell, take your vehicle, go link up with the broken down vehicle. Roger that, LT. Go back over there. The 2 vehicles that were stopped at the T intersection, we were right down the street from the point of origin. I didn't give it much thought whether they were going to continue mission or whether they were going to wait for us to come back and link up with them, right? Because now we're 2 separate elements. I didn't think anything of that. As I go back to the other vehicle, dude, I hear the loudest explosion I've ever heard in my life, and it rumbled. That shit rumbled, echoed, thundered, and everybody stopped. Like, what the was that? And then you hear the AK. You hear rifle fire. We're like, what the? Hey, oh shit! Right, because your brain's trying to figure it out. They went ahead and they got hit. So I'm yelling, let's go, get in the Humvee, let's go right now, let's go. Right, our brothers are getting up, let's go.
Right.
So they were probably a mile down the road, dude. We load up in the Humvees, man. I take a shortcut. I see a Humvee. To me, the wheels, the tires were flat. I jump out of my Humvee with a M16 and Sergeant Eggers to my right. And he says, they killed Doc. And I like look at him. Dude, I'm only 19 years old, bro. Up until this point, we never lost anybody. I said, what do you mean they killed Doc? He said, look, they killed Doc. He's right over there on the road. Oh, dude. I look over there, and there's a body laying down on his back.
Is that the first time you seen a dead body?
No, not a dead body.
Okay.
A dead friend.
Oh, okay.
A dead American. And I run over there, and I look at his face, and he had like dry drops of blood on his face. And I look, and I'm going down his body, and I look at his right shin. His shin is exposed. I see the bone. He's already dead, but it doesn't look like Doc. And I'm like, what the? And then I realize that there's vehicles coming down the road. It was an unsecured scene. So I start shooting at this vehicle. The vehicle turns around, does a U-turn, and then there's a white truck coming. So I shot over, the truck is still coming. I shoot down at the street, the truck is still coming. And this is the time they were hitting us with car bombs. So what ended up happening is the insurgents had put a bomb, 2 artillery rounds, 155.
IED?
They put an IED in a mound of dirt. So when my friend Doc stopped the Humvee, bro, they stopped the Humvee right next to the bomb. He got out. The insurgent that was hiding in the canal, he touched the 2 9-volt batteries that was attached to the copper wire, and he blew the bomb up, which blew up. Oh, dude, it killed my friend Daclon, and it wounded our lieutenant. He took shrapnel to the bottom of his foot, and it wounded my friend O'Neill. He took shrapnel to the back of his head, dude. It f***ed him up.
Damn.
So this truck that comes, it was an old man, bro. He was like 80 years old. He was blind and deaf. That's why he wasn't stopping when we were shooting at the window. And I pulled him out. We beat his ass, dude. We were angry. We throw him back in the vehicle, and he turns around and he drives off. So then me and my friend Weeks, by then the cavalry is coming, bro. By then the cavalry came. Everybody came from the camp. There was a lot of people there towards the end. And we can see the wire where the dude was watching. We're like, fuck. It was right here. He saw the road. And there's a village right here. He detonated and he ran into this village. We would eventually drop 2 500-pound bombs on that village. Like, that's just the way it was in like 04,
Wow.
05. Yeah, we would just some shit up.
Man.
And that's how my friend was killed, dude.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. RIP to him, man.
Thank you.
Man, you've been pretty vocal about saying, man, how, man, sending, you've been traumatized through this, man, how, what war does to people, man, and you've said that war is big business. Man.
Big business.
War and prison
Absolutely.
are big business.
Yep.
Let me ask this question. How many people you think that are like ex-military veterans that actually work in the prison system? Think there's a good percentage?
A lot.
A lot. Okay. Do you think that a lot of the veterans are better suited to deal with chaos of being in prison? You think so?
Yes, but it's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain me how.
They have the experience to deal with chaos in a professional, meticulous manner. But at the same time, dude, when the trauma hits, the trauma hits. When the trauma happens, the trauma not only starts a new trauma, but reopens old wounds.
Okay.
So it's like you have a scar, and this is me telling you now, looking back. It's like you have a scar, and you're just cutting the scar over and over and over.
Peeling off a scab.
You're just making the wound worse. So yeah, you're good at your job, But what is that doing to you mentally and physically and spiritually?
Wow, man. You know, Hector, you telling it raw and, man, unfiltered. And it's like, for the people around the country, man, you see Donald Trump going at Gavin Newsom and all of this stuff going back and forth.
Yeah.
And people think like, maybe Donald Trump's just tripping, but maybe Donald Trump is tripping for a real reason.
Two things to be said.
Okay.
Newsom is all bad, number one. Two, regarding Trump, I as a person do not put my full trust in any political figure or any other man.
Okay.
That makes sense though?
Okay.
Because people say like, are you for Trump or are you against Trump? Do you like ICE or do you not like ICE? It's like, well, number one, I don't like any government entity, right? There's a difference between government and country. I love my country.
Right.
Right. But I have lots of reasons to not trust my country at times.
Yeah, well, you would know.
I was part of the machine.
Yeah,
I was a pawn in the game.
You were part of the outside of the machine and the inside of the machine.
Facts.
You know the mouth and the ass of the shit. No homo, pause.
Hey, bro, you got some good one-liners, man. Your one-liners are good, dude.
Yeah, man.
And
thanks.
you're quick with it.
Yeah, man. Sorry. Yeah, man. No, you've definitely got that together. We can never take that away from you, man. But so check this out, man. How are you applying the lessons you learned about, with everything? Like if you had a message, you can look right at the camera and tell people, say, these are the lessons I've learned, and like what's your message to the world?
This is my message to the world. I have not always been perfect. The reason why I know how things operate now is because I learned what did not work. Right. At one point, I had a lot of hate for a whole ethnic group of people, the Iraqi people. I had hate and vengeance in my freaking heart, right? Because in my belief system, I believe they were the cause of my trauma and my hurt. But when I sit back and I think of what really transpired is they were really only just trying to live their own life in their own country, and our government went and invaded and sold us a bunch of lies, I'm able to sit back now. I'm able to not hold resentments, make amends. And I believe that the world, and I also believe God speaks through me. And he's saying, now is the time. Now is the time to love one another. Love each neighbor as they are your own. And stop hurting each other.
Man, that's a powerful message, man. And
I believe it, dude.
Man, oh yeah.
There's no other explanation of why I didn't get killed all those times I should have been killed, dude.
Yeah. Even while in jail. I mean, I'm sure you had some fights too. You just didn't get beat by.
Never that, man. Or slashed in the
transformer.
Face, never that.
Yeah, a transformer. Yeah, a transmission, they call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. But, man.
I believe that, bro. I believe we're at a turning point, 2025, that I believe America is waking up. The world is waking up. And they're seeing the evil that's out there.
Well, yeah, too. A lot of people are coming to the forefront about that, man. And that's pretty dope in itself. I wanted to say, so if we could place you in charge tomorrow, state of California calls you up, says, Hector, we need you to overhaul the California state prison system. Where would you start?
Leadership. Replace the leadership.
Everybody's fired tomorrow, day after tomorrow?
I would hate to say everybody, but let's be real. 90% of the people will be fired. They'll be fired right off the top. Mandatory. Because it's a cancer, bro. It's a cancer.
Are those officers publicly held or appointed for the people that are running the prison system?
Appointed at the top. Appointed by the governor. Imagine that.
So Gavin Newsom would never.
No, but Chad Bianco would. And Chad Bianco knows me. And Chad Bianco's well aware of me.
Okay.
All right. Chad Bianco has hinted that he would appoint me Secretary of CCR.
Man, but, that would be powerful,
right?
Man.
But you gotta understand, dude, that's something I'm not jumping to joy to inherit. But am I willing to do the job? Yeah, I'm willing.
Maybe that would be your calling.
Dude,
after all of this.
I'm tired of all these callings, man. Can I just chill, dude? Right. I want to play Xbox.
Keep bringing you back.
I want to play Xbox, dude.
Now, the message is so strong, it keeps bringing you right back to where you're trying to get away from.
I don't need no more callings.
That's like
I'm
the story.
tired,
That's
bro.
like the story of Job, man. You keep suffering.
But I got a daughter, man. I got a daughter. So if anything, I want to be a role model to her.
And you always talk about her too,
I
man.
got-
When we have our conversations on the phone, you talk about how special she is to you, and her playing on the softball teams, man, and I'm sure she's loved, and she knows she's loved by you, man.
She changed the game for me, man. I used to be a wild CO. I used to do a lot of, on the blind border things. And then when I had her, I was like, man, I can't mess around like this no more. I can get fired. I can get put in a bad position. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like not breaking the rules, but kind of bending the rules.
Yeah.
Skirting the gray area.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm going to wrap up with a few more questions.
Shoot 'em, man.
All right. So what's that gentleman's name who you say you know up there? What's pronounce his name?
Chad Bianco from the Riverside Sheriff,
Chad,
is probably around. Yeah, Chad Bianco.
Chad Bianco. So got Chad Bianco to bring you back, man. What kind of salary will they have to give you?
You gotta understand, dude. I don't care about money.
Okay.
Right? You know what I mean? But hey, I'm not gonna be knocking $200,000 because I was making $157,000 a year as a lieutenant. So I would take $200,000.
Man, that ain't bad. 157.
Because I hate Sacramento though, man. So I'm gonna have to wiggle it in where I can work out of San Diego.
Okay.
And teleconference. Yes. And then we're gonna have to just revamp. Just go back. Old school. Not crazy 1970s, 80s, old school, but maybe mid-90s, early 2000s. Safety and security. With rehabilitation. Real rehabilitation. Okay? I will put forth the effort. I will personally speak to these inmates incarcerated, and I'll tell them, look, man, look, man, all of you. You have an opportunity of going home, all right? A lot of you guys have suffered trauma, all right? We're all men here. We all have emotions, whether we like to admit it or not. We need to get to the center of our trauma, identify our emotions, and work through the problem, all right? And that'll help us reintegrate back into society. That's what real rehabilitation looks like, addressing your issues head on.
They say, I was just in Sacramento last weekend with the gentleman I spoke of named Sam Brown, and he's run his called a 10P program, which is an emotional literacy program.
You were telling me.
I was telling you about him. And while I was there, he says that one of the things that they use against a lot of the incarcerated individuals is that they are antisocial, that they don't know how to socialize with other inmates. I think that's kind of a trick bag. Like, you're in prison fighting. He says something, they use that against them. Well, you're antisocial. You're antisocial.
Yeah. Antisocial traits. Antisocial traits. But you want to hear the kicker?
What's that?
I probably display some antisocial traits.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I'm technically an introvert versus an extrovert. Believe it or not,
you don't seem that way.
But even though I yell on the internet and wave my hands and scream, I'm actually an introvert. I'm only doing this because, I have a silly side to me and a childish side to me, but I want to bring awareness to what's really happening.
Right.
Dude, I'm not going to say I hate people, but I love my solitude. Okay. Right, so cool. So the answer to those men, if they tell you, hey, you're antisocial, my response to them would be like, you know what? I am antisocial. As a reason because in my experiences, I have been betrayed. I have been lied to. I have been bamboozled. Many people I can't trust because they've proven to me that they can't be trusted. Therefore, I find happiness in solitude. Call me antisocial, because that's the reality of that answer.
Oh, man. Well, Hector, man, it's been a joy, man. It's been a joy, man. I really enjoyed interviewing you today. If we got the fans out there looking for you, how can they find you and watch more of your material?
Hector Bravo Unhinged on YouTube. That's where I interview people. Like, that's kind of where I want to. I'm trying to get away from me just speaking on the camera, bro. I want other people to share their story.
That's why I'm gonna come and join you.
Exactly. We talked about this. Hector Bravo Unhinged.
Bravo Unhinged.
They'll see you there. And
anything else?
My documentary Grunt is on Amazon. You just type in Grunt, and that is a documentary of my military experience with video footage of me in high school, me in basic training in Fort Benning, me in Germany before Iraq, me in Iraq, and then me after Iraq. You could literally see my face change from like a young boy to a seasoned.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a trip.
All right, cool, man. Man, well, thank you for joining us, man. This is Official
you.
Busy Bee with Cam Capone News. Thank you, Hector, for coming to join us, man, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
Thank you, dude. This was awesome.
Peace.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.